In life, the more you have, the more you have to lose.
The more you love, the more you worry. The more you own, the less you sleep.
The more people rely on you, the more you have on your mind.
I have peace of mind.
Knowing that whatever I own
And whoever I care about are covered by the very best.
With Sagicor Life and Advantage General, get life, health, and general insurance to help you protect what matters most.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's another exciting episode of the Sagicor series. I call it Sagicor Live. It's all about you knowing more about taking care of yourself in every way. And today we have an amazing set of panelists. And it's going to be an exciting discussion. To my far left, we have Maurice the Motivator. We could have him speaking for the whole day about wellness. But today, he's also the branch manager of our office in Spanish Town. So thank you for being here, sir.
Nice to be here, sir.
And to his direct right, we have a regional sales manager representing our good friends at Advantage General, Lady Maureen Moss Ferguson. Welcome.
Welcome. Hi, Otis. How are you?
Thank you so much. And Stacy Goodin. Stacy Goodin is our wellness boss, our wellness queen, the lady who is telling all of Sagicor and his clients to be well. She is our wellness and client engagement manager. So understand that after today, you must be better for watching this episode. So we're going to jump straight in it. Firstly, I'm going to talk to you, Stacy, because I still don't fully figure out what your department do yet. So let me know, why is it that Sagicor, what does Sagicor think about wellness? Why we need a wellness department? What's that all about?
Hi, Otis. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm really happy to be here this evening. It's a privilege to be representing Sagicor Wellness. So why wellness? Let me answer broadly in the context of what's happening in Jamaica and the wider world. We recognize that over the last few years, we've had just a significant increase in lifestyle illnesses.
Yes. Definitely.
Over 70% of deaths are attributable to lifestyle illnesses. I mean, persons may say, what does that have to do with Sagicor? Because Sagicor is an insurance company, and we pay when people get sick or die, that's when we pay out.
Exactly.
But we have a strong sense of responsibility for our community, and just having access to the information that we do, we really think that it is very important for us to really throw a lot in and put our money where our mouth is to really help our clients and the wider Jamaica to get a grasp of what's happening and just what to do going forward.
I get what you mean. With great power comes great responsibility.
Yes.
So yes, Sagicor being the absolute powerhouse in this industry, might as well we take it to another level and make you well before you even get sick. We not even wait until you get sick before we take care of you. I know the motivator himself would have been selling some products that help you to stay well.
Right.
But from your side, what's your perspective as to why?
Okay, so I just want to first say Happy New Year to our viewers. And it's indeed a great honor to be here just to share information. Sagicor, you're a very dynamic company. And as Stacey just alluded to, we want to ensure that we take care of the total you.
Yes.
All right, so although there are products that are available, what we call mitigating products, whether it be health or life insurance or a critical illness plan, we want to ensure that we reach you before a critical illness reach you.
Yes.
Wow.
All right, so that is our mantra for 2024.
Next level.
Next level.
Yeah,
Level of consideration.
That's right.
You see a talk strong enough.
Right.
As if Sagicor really doing some stuff, but all I hear so far is that there's a department who have plans. What are some of the things we are doing, Stacey?
So we're doing a lot. We're still also evolving, so there will be more to come.
Yes.
So we are helping with education, first of all. So we have a wellness app, Sagicor Engage, and some persons may be familiar with the older version of the app, but having taken over and just looked and see where we need to go, we decided that, you know what, we're coming new and fresh.
Yes.
So we had some features in the older one. We're coming with a new and improved app that is not only going to educate, but allow our clients to engage literally with each other, to motivate each other, to do challenges, to set goals, to keep track. We have our mobile screening unit that goes to our clients and communities to give free baseline screening
Sorry, you catch me with something. I'm trying to figure it out. Because
Okay.
a while ago, you sound like our version of Facebook. You say people can communicate with each
Yes,
other and motivate each other.
yes. We will have a social aspect, so you'll be able to post your pictures. So when you're doing your lifts and you're proud of yourself, you can show that you are in fact doing something.
Wow.
You'll get points for it, and we will also reward you because we know that that's one of the important things to keep people on their wellness journey.
I'm ready now. Maureen, we're going to be talking to each other. So when you do your workout, I do my workout. I tell you, I do my steps today. So you must do yours too.
Definitely.
That's right.
So definitely.
And I just want to just join in real quickly because the general perception is that when you're on a fitness journey, it's
Yes.
something that happens, overnight.
No,
you know?
it doesn't. No.
I really believe that if you're in discipline towards your fitness goals or your health goals,
Yes.
it's going to take some time for you to start to see the result. So I'm really happy, Stacey, with the initiative
Yes.
Yes.
that Sagicor has taken to sow a seed in the mind of our clients and Jamaica in general.
Yes.
That
Yes.
fitness is very important and wellness is very important.
Absolutely. And that's why we push the group effort too, because
Yes.
approaching it from our client's perspective and the group perspective, then we're able to motivate each other because
right.
that is critical to
Very
success.
important, very
Yes.
important.
I
Very
need to
important.
know though, from your perspective, and all you can throw in, because we have all been, not as focused on our wellness as we should have been from time to time.
Right.
What do you believe are some of the hindrances, some of the reasons why people push back from being their well self?
Well, there are several things. One of the main things, and you may think it's simple, but lack of knowledge.
Okay.
We have just been doing what we do for years. We came and we saw our parents eat a certain way, be a certain way. We just assumed that because our grandmother got pressure when she turned 40, we
Oh,
must
now we
get
are
it
gonna
too.
get pressure. Yeah,
And that we
okay.
have to, and then we don't
It's on the calendar.
recognize that how we eat, what we choose to eat, will have an impact. So that's one thing, just knowledge about what to do. Secondly, self-efficacy. It's a big sounding word, but it simply means the belief in self, belief in your ability to do. I know Maurice, in his motivation, can talk about that. You
I
feel like you
like where
can't
you're
do
I like where she
anything
go,
about
yeah, I like
it.
where she going with that
Yes.
one. Because I think motivation plays a very important role
Yes.
to the final outcomes. And
does.
as I
It
indicated before, it's not an overnight thing. And your mind have to be at a place where you tell
Right.
yourself that although I'm not seeing the result,
Yes.
I need
I
it.
need to continue the process and the
Yes.
journey.
Right. Yes.
Because when you go into the gym and you're lifting, you might not be seeing the result
Not immediately, no.
But
It's not
it
immediate.
is actually working, and over time you'll actually see
It
the result
takes
of
time.
hard
Yeah,
work.
it does.
So I
it
must
does.
live in the dream world for a while before I actually actualize it.
Yes,
Sure.
because it takes
Consistent
time.
Making sure
it's not going to
you
happen
say it,
overnight,
Yes,
you know.
you say it. I don't
No,
want
so
to
I
lie.
know. I've been on the fitness journey for the last 3 years, and certainly you. I would have seen some significant.
You have
improvement.
motivated me, sir.
But it's not necessarily where we want to be.
Right.
But
It's a
consistently over
process.
time,
I must,
Yeah.
the
I must say
process
I'm
is very
tucking in
important.
right now. I don't want to have. I never want to have to be tucking in, but I'm holding it. You know, a year ago I couldn't tuck at all, so I thank God.
It's a process, but sometimes we're so caught up.
Right.
Everybody just get busy and believe that it's not
Yes.
that important because you
Yes.
have to get life
Yes,
going.
exactly.
But we have to understand importance, as you have said.
Yes.
And I
It
like
is
the fact you
very-
mentioned that,
yes.
Maureen. Sometimes life gets in the way, or
It
we
does.
allow life to get in the
We
way.
should
Yes.
not.
And we need
yeah,
to
we should
ensure
not.
we put systems in place.
We have to. We have
continue
to.
on
And that is the
We
key
do
point.
have to.
Having systems and setting goals. Because if you just say, oh, I'm going to get fit, and you don't set a goal, I find for
Goal,
myself
right.
personally,
Yes.
when I have a set goal, like this week, I pull up myself this week because I realized I was not doing well. I pull up myself and I had some green juice this week and I
No
set my
comment.
eating time.
2 days I missed so
and,
far.
and smart goals too.
Exactly.
They have to be
exactly.
smart.
Because if not achievable,
Yes.
then you're going to feel so despondent
Definitely.
so quickly. So set the goals and then make them achievable, so you can reach them.
I want to come to some goal setting before I finish this segment, because I need to fix up myself. Sigma Run, plug.
Yes,
Sagicor Sigma Run is around the corner.
Yes.
18th.
I need to go represent well. So that might need to be a goal.
Yes.
But I want to segue a little over, as a business owner, are there any tools we can use to help motivate our staff or to get our staff in line on that fitness journey with us?
Yes. So we have wellness programs that we help our groups
Yes.
to launch to their populations, and we encourage them to have persons join these, and we reward them. And we have some tools that they can use. So in addition to providing them with the app, etc., we have a data analytics tool, Savvy Wellness, that we provide free to all our group health clients. And it allows them to see aggregate data, just trends in terms of they can see in a snapshot. We usually use colorful graphs and just
Yes.
highlight so you can see like the top 5 illnesses in your population, the main cost drivers like whether it's drugs, hospitalization. We can even drill down to the top kinds of medications. And so you can get an idea what's happening with your groups. And so you can make the change. For
But
instance,
wouldn't a staff member feel a way knowing that the manager know what them
no,
hospital for?
no. The manager will never know. The information is always aggregate, just general data. So we
Okay,
will just have
generalization.
general. It's scrubbed clean of any personalized data. So it's just trends. So we'll tell you these are the top trending illnesses in your population. These are the top trending drugs being taken. These are the things that are driving costs with you.
So let me see if I
you'll
can
know.
get it clear.
Right.
Because we know Maureen is the big sales boss.
Yes.
Would she, let's say she runs the whole advantage,
Mm-hmm.
can she look at her data to say, but you know that most of my people going to the doctor for back pains?
Yes.
Is it that them driving too long
Yeah.
and them not stretching as such? I need to set up a little exercise yoga program
Yes.
to get them. Yeah, that is what you're
So-
talking
so
about. Data
absolutely.
analytics.
Right.
Yes.
So what we do is we look at the trends
Yes.
with the health card usage to pull the high points of what is happening. So usually it would be her HR benefit manager who'd have
Yes.
access because
Yes.
not even though it's general data, still not everybody can access
Yes,
it
yes.
to see. And then once you see what's happening,
Right.
then you could see. So in that instance, it would show musculoskeletal
Right,
illnesses as
right.
one of the big ones.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
And then you would know, okay, maybe the furniture in the place not ergonomic
Yes, the
enough.
ergonomic.
Or
That's the word I was
what
looking
we've
for.
realized is that persons working from home are not sitting using good proper furniture,
Right.
and that has resulted over the last
That's
year
an
in a
issue.
spike.
Propping up
Yes,
on the bed.
yes.
They're
Yes.
propping up on the bed trying to watch the Netflix while they
Right.
watch, they do the
Exactly.
work on the computer and messing up themselves.
All of those things result in musculoskeletal issues, and so you can see that things like, I mean, we see like with women, height trends with like UTI, and simple things like drinking water.
Water.
You're at work, get up and go drink some water.
And
As
it also
simple as that.
tells the company,
Yes.
ensure that their water fountains,
It's working.
you know,
Yes, but-
it's
Yes,
working. Put
yes.
some signs. When is the last time you had some water?
Yes.
Things like that.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
So when you're going to roll that out, because the whole of Jamaica need that now.
So, well, we are rolling it out, but we have been doing so with our groups on a direct basis.
Okay, great.
But you will see as we roll it, especially the new app, you will hear more from us because we are really trying to get the message out to everyone to really do it for yourself.
Before we go any further, I have to remind all our viewers you can ask your own question because it's me
That's
alone
right.
asking questions for now. So if you have any questions to ask,
Yes.
go on
Go
Facebook,
ahead.
go on Instagram, go on YouTube, put that question in, and we'll try to throw them at our panelists right now. I have a concern. I hear a lot about wellness.
Right.
Most of the times, we give up wellness for our finances or give up our finances for our wellness. So I don't see the balance. How we find a
it's
balance?
a balancing act. And I just want to just touch on a point that Stacey made just now in terms of the possible health issues that might arise based off how we live our life. Right?
Yes.
And that's why Sagicor is the best company ever, I know. Because
Plug,
we're
I
not
hear the
talking
plug.
about only preventative, but we're ensuring that also, should you develop some form of critical condition or some form of illness,
Yes.
based off lack of knowledge, we're also there to provide you with some form of healthcare benefits to help deal with that
awesome.
situation. So it's not just about preventative measure,
Yeah.
but we also want to be there to protect and take care of you.
Right.
When-
Should,
Awesome.
should,
Awesome.
should
That
something happen
happened.
to you.
You.
All right?
That-
So,
Great.
That is amazing.
Yes,
It's
it
sounding
is.
good. Before I come out of the topic, there are two things I want to touch on. We have this slogan I say on your website, do it for yourself. What you're talking about when you say that?
Because although we and maybe your company and in general the Ministry of Health and Wellness want to see you being well, it's largely a personal journey. And so you have to make that decision to do it for yourself, literally. So our slogan is do it for yourself because we're saying be selfish with your wellness. Put yourself first. Make the choices that are best for you, and we are encouraging you, and as much as possible,
And you have
providing with the with the tools to do it for yourself. And so literally, that's what it is.
Yes.
Well, before I move on, I have to mention it's all great to have apps and to send out all of these things and emails and fancy websites. But a lot of persons, unless the information comes to them direct, they don't start moving on that path. They don't follow that journey, right? So what can Sagicor do, or what has Sagicor been doing to bring the message directly?
So once you opt in, and of course, with data privacy, you have to opt in to get any messages from us. No, we're not breaching that law.
Okay,
at all,
we're making sure that
Right.
you give us permission
Permission,
to
so
communicate.
So once you have opted in,
Yeah.
we will be sending you. So our Sagicor Engage app again sends out messages to prompt you. So we know sometimes you need a reminder.
Yes.
So you will get that reminder to do X or Y, and then if you set your wellness goal, then you will have a path to follow on that goal. And so you will get these messages prompting you. Also, if you join the wellness clubs in your groups, in your companies, then they have targeted exercise and targeted things for you to do that you could say, okay, we're going to work towards this. So we have some groups who have come on, we've done the wellness screening, gotten their baseline test, and we say, okay, so we are working towards this wellness target. And so they get prompts for that.
But how is that whole thing managed? Because robotics and algorithms can't just tell me what to do, when to do it.
No. So
what is the backbone of that information? How can I trust that information?
well, again, it's through our wellness app, we are also utilizing those tools. And you, the client, when you go in, one of the first things you do is do a questionnaire to assess what your needs are.
Okay.
So what are my interests? What are my needs are? You can pick a path.
Yes.
And so it's not going to randomly tell you to go do some water skiing, something when you can't
Yes,
swim.
because
or,
I can't walk strong, so I can't
or any of those. So basically, while we can't tailor our services for every individual, we try to provide as general and a slew of options as possible so that most persons will be able to find something that can work for them.
Okay, and I'd advise you to bring on Maurice as one of the
Consultant.
facilitators and consultants.
That's right.
Definitely, we have been talking about it.
I need to throw it in there.
Yes.
Maurice, you have to tell me your IG handle, because after you follow it, you'll understand why. What's your IG handle again?
Maurice D Motivator on Instagram.
Maurice D Motivator. Let me tell you why now. I follow Maurice. And Maurice will put up some videos morning, noon, night, darkness. Maurice there putting in the work and reminding you, say, hello, have you gone to the gym yet? I said,
Right.
Jesus.
But, Otis, I'm happy that you follow my page, because here the thing is, I think, that is just a way of, inspire
Yeah.
and to, just communicate to the wider community and society that anything you want, it is about discipline.
Yes.
And just as how I get up 4 o'clock every morning and go to the gym and try to, it is difficult, sometimes you really want to stay in and sleep. But, you have a goal and you have a desire. And I think it's the same thing that applies to your financial wellness too. Because there has to be some amount of discipline
you have
to,
Yes,
employ in order to reach to where you want to go.
Yes.
I don't know if you have any question to ask me now, but I just want to just talk a little bit, because fitness and motivation is very important to achieving your ultimate
goal.
any goal at all.
It is.
Right?
But Maurice, before you're going further, I have to tell you, I'm not sure if you know.
Yes.
The nicest part of the sleep at 4 o'clock. Anybody know that?
I know
that is. All right, that's your sleep going night.
true.
That's the dream.
Get in the groove.
Actualizing, man.
Yes.
That is when you meet the smart way it always want to meet,
So
right, the dream, man.
I can have a confession
I
to
agree
make.
with you.
When I just started the journey,
I agree,
I mean, for the first 2 weeks of trying out 4 o'clock, a wake-up call.
Yeah,
When I go to work, I like fell asleep like 3:30.
of course.
But over time, you get used to it, and your body technically waking you up and say, hey, you have to go.
Yeah.
And if I do go one morning, I just feel like I will be altered for the entire day. So it's a discipline
Wow.
process.
It makes a difference.
Wow.
makes a
So
difference.
you create a system
Create a system.
That
and you stick to it until your
Yes.
body decides that this is life.
This is what it
Habit.
is.
You
Yes.
create- you create a
No.
habit.
Habit, yeah.
Maureen, Maureen, we have to go fix up a life.
Otis, we have
Maurice,
to.
show something in
We-
there.
We have
Tell
to, Otis.
Jamaica land we love.
Yes.
Tell all of the persons who work for you. Tell them what you're going to do special as of today. I want to draw you out like a shoelace so that everybody going to call you and text you to say, Maureen, what you do today that you say you're going to do on the Sagicor Live. I drawing you out. Tell me what you're going to do.
Okay, well, actually, I have As usual, I have signed up for the gym.
Of course.
Starts tomorrow.
Start
Okay.
conveniently.
So start
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Starting
okay?
tomorrow.
I will be in the gym.
All right,
Yes, that's
we won't
definite.
ask you to tell us which gym, but we're going to tell you that. We're going to post
Yes.
at least a one picture
I
in the
will.
gym every day for at least 2 weeks.
And
I
Stacey is
will.
our accountable
Mo-
partner. So
Right.
Stacey, you're going to
We're not playing. We have to save life this year.
what?
We have to go to a break.
Yes.
We have to go to a break. I know you guys been thinking and planning out the questions, so they
Yes.
start coming in. On the next side of the break, we'll be going back into discussion, but on another side. See you in a minute.
It was lovely as you are. Are you ready to go? Yeah. All right.
Life moves fast. Be prepared with Sagicor Life. Learn more at sagicor.com.
It was lovely as you are. Are you ready to go? Yeah. All right.
Life moves fast. Be prepared with Sagicor Life. Learn more at sagicor.com.
Welcome back, welcome back. We're having the most amazing time on this, our wellness episode of the Sagicor Live series. And of course, our guests are here just giving you all that information and that knowledge. And we just draw out Marina reminding you, she's going to be posting a picture a day for 2 weeks in the gym.
Yes, I will.
So we're jumping
I
off
will.
from there and moving to the fitness man himself.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We want to know wellness.
Right.
How wellness come in the conversation of a financial impact? How the two clash at all?
Okay, so let me just put context to it.
Yes.
Just as how you have physical wellness, you also have financial wellness,
Yes.
which is very important. And the same mannerism or the same discipline that is employed to have that body that you want or to reach to your fitness goal,
Yes.
is the same level of discipline and determination that you need to have in order to reach your financial goals. I know that the new year normal presents an opportunity for persons to, have
Assess
their
themselves.
resolution and assess themselves
Yes.
in a real way. But the thing about it is that within maybe 3 weeks or 4 weeks in the process, you have persons naturally lose motivation and go back to doing things the old way. So they might have a plan to wanting to pay down a car, say by December, or wanting to accumulate enough money,
Yes.
to pay down on that dream home by December. But something happened, and when life happened, it is easy to to get
up.
impulsive and give up
Yes.
Yeah.
and
Yes.
get rid of all of those plans that you have. But if you understand how motivation works, it can help you to go through that period. Because yes, the initiation stage when you're happy and you feel like say yes,
Yeah, man.
I'm
The
saving.
world is at my
yes, the
fingertips.
world is at my
Ready.
fingertips.
Ready.
I'm ready. And then life happens, and so when you move from that stage, you have to go to what's called the persistent stage. This is when now you have to determine, just like in fitness, when you're not seeing the result,
Yes.
you determine that although life happens, I'm going to get back up. I'm
Right.
going to be resilient.
Right.
I'm going to be so focused
Yes.
because the ultimate is really the completion stage,
Right.
Yeah.
which is to year end. And if you reach 6 months into your goals
Yes.
and life happens, you have 6 months to go. So I'm just
That's it.
encouraging everyone on the live that right now that when life happens, don't give up. All right, just remember
Keep at
the
it.
ultimate. Keep at it because the ultimate is December, not now. But
Yes.
now is a good time to start.
I like where you're going, but you
Yes.
make it sound easier than it feel. Before I move any further though, there was one of our listeners and viewers, Ron Green, asking about a policy called the HIPAA, HIPAA. We'll get some information for you and bounce it. But going back to you,
Right.
my financial boss,
Yes,
the
sir.
motivator, the connection now of you being physically healthy and mentally healthy so that you can be financially healthy. You just made a direct connection with the discipline.
Right.
But where does the mind fall in the health and healthy and wellness lifestyle that works with everything else?
Everything starts with the mind. And it starts with a belief system. Because if you believe that you can achieve any goals you want in life, it is very possible.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? And one of the challenges they have is that persons start to believe in, because remember, motivation is temporary,
Yes.
But I heard Stacey alluded to it earlier, that having a plan of action
Yes.
and crystallize your goal into small bite size.
Yes.
Yes.
And be consistent.
And be consistent with it.
Yes.
Because the thing about it is you will get additional motivation when you start to acquire those small wins. So the mind keep to functioning at a high level
Yes.
in terms of your goal accomplishments and your goal achievements.
I want to bring in, what you're saying.
I wanted to just add to that, though, that Maurice was just saying that it's a cycle.
Right.
And while you doing that can impact your finances, also how you eat also impacts the clarity of thinking.
Of course.
So you can plan.
Definitely.
That's
So if
true.
you choose the right
Yes.
food,
Because if you're not eating the right food,
yes, then you're going to have brain fog, you're going to have the
Yes.
afternoon sluggishness and all of that. And so how you eat,
They
all of
all
that is an
connect.
investment
Yes.
Yes.
in how you're going to feel, how you're going to be able to perform at
Yes.
work. Are you going to be well enough to go to work,
Yes.
first of all? Are you going to be well enough to do things with your family, to enjoy the time with them? And so it's a whole cycle.
It is.
And
I remember
and
it's just you.
feeds
And
back
you see
into
the
it.
the
connection,
individual
right.
Yes.
comprises of different elements.
Yes.
Which the mind now is basically put the different elements into practice.
Yes,
in order
definitely.
for you to get the
Right.
type of results that you want.
Right. So it's a
Right?
cycle.
And that is the dynamism about a human being and the thinking,
True.
So today you can be anybody that you want.
Yes.
Right?
Him
Or you
gone
can-
off, no.
I don't,
Him gone already.
I don't want to go into it right now.
Metaphysical, him gone already. Next realm, him gone. You can be what you want.
But
You
the
see
fact
why
is-
you call it Maurice the motivator.
Yeah,
But
but
the
it's
fact-
important.
fact is,
It's very important,
with the
yes.
mind.
But Maureen, from your experience though, focus on your work, because of course you are very successful in your career.
Yes.
Discipline.
Yes.
What element, discipline, and does that mental fitness, how you believe it has helped you, and what are some of the things that you feel you might have done to maintain it?
It has. Discipline is very important in everything that you do. Because if it is that there's no discipline in what you set out to do, you're definitely going to fail.
Over and over.
Yes, you're going to fail. So as, Stacey had alluded to, whatever you're doing, you have to plan.
Yeah.
And you have to maintain what you plan to do. Because if you don't, you're going to fail. It's a fact.
Definitely.
So I have been very disciplined in anything I set out to do.
And that is why you're a winner.
And that is what
That is why she's in insurance, because you have to prepare. You have to pay. You have to buy your insurance ahead of time to prepare for any
course.
challenges down the road.
preparation.
Yes,
I'm coming to you, Stacey. I'm not sure if you've heard this, but I'm going to throw it at you. That the whole thing of fasting.
Yes.
Fasting is when your body sort of repairs itself.
Yes.
Yes.
And I never know that. I just finding out that this morning. You know? So I try this intermittent fasting thing I keep telling everybody about, where I just eat between 11 and 7. It's supposed to be 12 to 6, but me not reach that discipline there yet. Maurice the motivator. I'm coming close. I'm coming close. You know?
Yes.
But I bring it up because of what you said a while ago.
Yes.
Yes.
And what you mentioned. One day last week, I go make the mistake and go home hungry.
And eat
And
it.
about 11 o'clock, I work some
just
food.
threw-
Wicked. The next day
Yes.
is a different Otis.
I
Yes.
know.
I
it
could barely
does.
function. I said, this life me I live before.
Say,
The
yeah.
best you is a healthy you, is a
Yes.
well you, it's a
And-
you
and
that plan out.
exactly.
And as you say, you have lost
Exactly.
the discipline
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
And
God.
that's what
I feel shame,
happens.
see?
No, but you see,
can
you just
imagine.
jump back on next day, because the critical
Yes,
thing to
Yeah, don't
remember
give up.
there
Just
is our
keep
bodies are
going.
smart,
Right.
Our bodies are
Yes.
smart, and there are systems that help us be well and stay well. But
Yes.
we have to play the part.
We have to.
And so what you just mentioned about the body repairing itself, what the research is showing us is that if we keep eating constantly and around the clock, our body doesn't have time
Doesn't
to
get a
stop
chance.
and digest the food and then to
Prepare itself,
repair.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so you have to stop, allow your body, which is why they say when you go into a fasted state, then your body can repair better. So you must
Yes.
allow
Alright.
for that.
You have
But
to
we need
pause.
another episode for fasting.
Well, you see, I'm glad you talked a while ago now. Because I threw something at Maureen a while ago. I'm wondering if the motivator can go on a 2 or 3 day water fast. I don't know if he's strong enough to put it out to the world
Well,
that he's willing to try it before.
Of course, why not? I could
Yes,
try.
man.
I could
Yes,
try.
man.
It seems like you tried it, Otis.
I tried it, I never win. I tried. But have done it, and it worked well for 2 days, just water.
water.
Yeah.
You know, for the first day, though, all they think about is food.
I know.
Like,
I know.
the first day, right after you eat your food, all you
Yes.
think about, you know, say you're not eating no food for the next 3 days. It's
Yes,
food
food.
straight.
I know.
But after you get past the first day, you get
You
past
go
the next
again.
morning when you normally eat food. It's about, wait, I'm actually alive.
Yes.
You feel so good when you're going through that
Yes,
process.
yes.
So I'm throwing it at the motivator to see how motivated he is
To do the water
to
challenge.
do a water challenge.
All right, okay.
3 days.
No
we
problem,
now
sir.
push it to a week.
3
or
days.
2. I don't reach it yet, me know you're worried. Which challenge
I'm not
never throw
worried,
upon
you
you.
know, I'm not
But I
worried
don't
at
reach it
all.
yet, wellness boss, because the thing is different.
Right.
But I want to go a little further. Sagicor.
Right.
What does Sagicor do for you if you have not done your fastings? You have not followed your good nutrition. You have not followed all the different wellness tips, and you might have gotten some sort of diagnosis, whether it is critical or a little more mild.
Okay.
What can Sagicor do to help you?
I am so happy that you went there because being a company that we are, we just don't want to look at the preventive measures
Yes.
in terms of fasting and having a good diet. We want to ensure that should an event of any one of those situations should occur,
Yes.
there is enough monies available, funds available to deal with that. So we have a suite of a suite of products that allows for that, ranging from health cards, from critical illness plans of different types.
Yes.
That is very, very easy to access, that provide lump sum in event of one of those challenges. So we're here for you, and we want to ensure that it's not only you, but also your family and the financial burden that
Right.
comes with this
Yeah.
situation, that your
Definitely.
family is not impacted in a negative way.
Well, I'm going to throw out a question while I follow up on that point.
Right.
Quick question. If you have been watching, you would know this one well. Stacey spoke about a wellness app earlier. What is the name of that Sagicor wellness app? We started before, and now we turn it up. Our version of IG, Facebook, and everything.
Yeah.
What's the name of
To
it?
come soon.
It's coming back.
soon.
Much
Very
bigger
soon.
and better.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
Right.
So, coming back to what you just mentioned,
Right.
Sagicor is willing to give you the money
Right.
that it takes to fix the issues or to assist you through those rough times.
If you can qualify for one, and I'm going to put that in. If you can qualify. So the general idea here is to access these type of benefit when you're young. Okay, because the thing about it is you pay less premium for a wider outlay of coverage.
Yes.
And even if you're starting now, once you can pass a medical,
Yes.
for example, if you're diagnosed with a situation and you need to access, say, a critical illness plan.
Yes.
Once you can pass a medical, depending on the type of critical illness plan, because there are also plans that are non-medicals.
Non-medical.
Exactly.
You
you
just
can
go in
act-
and sign
you just
up
go
and
in
show
and
your
sign.
ID.
And the good thing about it,
Yes.
within 2 days or 2 weeks
Yes.
of that plan, if in event of a situation,
diagnosis,
guess what?
We pay out.
We pay out. All right, and that is a
And
great
I've
thing
seen the
about
checks.
Sagicor.
I have seen the
I've
checks.
seen the checks
I have
many,
paid
many
out to
times.
Quite how many clients? I've seen the checks. Have you seen though where persons have taken too long to come in?
Yes, a lot of times. I was talking to one of my staff this morning, and she was engaged by a potential customer about a health card.
Yes.
And when we did the quotation, she was like, "No, man, it's too expensive." But when she went to the pharmacy, and she
gosh.
looked at the costs
Ah,
that is associated to fill that prescription,
Yeah.
to call her right away.
Yes.
But the thing about it is, I don't have any guarantee that can get that policy based off the situation that she's going through. No, and that ties right back in to the
Planning.
best time to take out life insurance is when you're healthy.
And I'm going to tell you something, Maurice, and it's going to be a bit of a downer for the show, but this is a real show. It's a real conversation.
talking.
So we're talking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just today, I was packing up some stuff in my office, and I found the application for a critical illness plan, but we never completed it. We have everything on the application, all the information, but it wasn't completed. The gentleman died from a heart attack about 6 months ago.
Oh, wow.
And it was such a heartbreaking thing to find, to show a couple members of my staff. make the decision.
So there were outstanding requirements.
Yes, there were
outstanding requirements, and he did not
That
stop.
gentleman, he
Right.
did not follow through.
Right.
You need to talk to a
Right.
financial advisor.
Right.
Even if you don't take out what they suggest that you need to take out the whole thing, have something. Something is always better than
Very
nothing.
important.
And that is why
yes.
we do it from now.
Yes.
And what I wanted to segue on, you would think you have a little money put down.
Right.
Right.
You would think you have a little asset.
Yes.
A critical illness can wipe out all of that like so.
Everything.
You know, one of the
everything. It
questions that
does.
I normally hear from persons is like, what do I need to do? What are the things that I need to consider
Yes.
in order to access life insurance?
Yes.
And I mean, there are different persons have different views, but I think the major one is to determine the amount of coverage that you want.
Yes.
All right, and it's an easy calculation.
Mhm.
The general rule of thumb is that if you're earning, say, $1 million per year, your life insurance coverage
Yes.
should be about 10 times.
10
Yes.
times.
And why 10 times?
Minimum.
Is that is enough amount of coverage to help deal with
Yeah, right.
the family, relate to final expenses and all.
Right.
Should the breadwinner that's seriously impacted.
Yes.
All right, and one of the things that they also need to consider is the timing. You just mentioned it. No, it's always a good time to start.
Right.
Exactly.
Delay cost. All
The
right.
best time was
No.
yesterday, but
Yes.
the other best time is
Right.
today.
No, yes, today.
And
yes.
the final thing I want to touch on, Otis, before you move on to the questioning, is knowledge. I mean, I really think that persons need to become au fait with products and what
Right.
they offer in order to make an informed decision
Right. That's critical.
that best suit their need.
Definitely.
Because a lot of times a person might say, oh, I need life insurance, but need it for what? You know?
Exactly,
So there
exactly.
has to be a need that is assigned to you wanting to get that policy for it to make sense. So whether you're thinking about going to home ownership and
Yes.
you might need some form of equity link policy that
Right.
drives that process, or if you're starting your family and you're zoning on family protection,
Yes.
and you need coverage to protect
Or you're
your
concerned
family,
about being
or you're
disabled
concerned
in
about
one
being
way or the other.
disabled,
Right.
So there are different things that you need to consider. And
Yes.
the thing about this Sagicor, the information is littered all over our website.
Yes.
And we have a lot
And there
of
are always
people
advisors who can help.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, advisors who
Talk
can
to
help.
an
Yes.
advisor.
Yes.
That's what we're here for.
There we go.
You don't self-diagnose.
No.
You don't go court and tell them I'll represent myself. I never read no law book yet.
That's right.
Talk to a financial advisor. Allow them to help you. And of course, there's a last thing I want you to touch on because we keep on using the word financial advisor.
Right.
Yet still most of the time you're hearing insurance. How does insurance fit in your overall financial plan?
Okay, all right. So we are from a culture of saving.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I remember when I was that little, my grandmother gave me this tin
Yes, man.
to save some coins, right? And so we are accustomed, Jamaicans, we are accustomed to save.
Yes.
But a lot of persons think that saving is the ultimate as it relates to financial planning. All right? Now, from where I sit as an insurance professional, there's a thing that is called having a balanced financial portfolio.
Yes.
That consists of savings because it will tell you that you need at least 6 months' salary in an account in case of
Emergency
an
savings
emergency savings.
Right.
But
Definitely.
it is more than that. So you need life insurance policy. We don't have to talk about life insurance and debt, but it's a reality.
Yeah.
You need health insurance.
Yes.
You need long-term investment type policy
Yes.
that can be used to buffer even your child education.
Yes,
You
definitely.
need pension planning.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
very important,
yes.
critical illness coverage has to be a part of the portfolio. So I don't know
You
if I'm...
see, you touched on something a while ago, Maurice. Everybody looking forward to the day that them
Yes.
get to the point that them don't have to work anymore.
Right.
But not everybody want to set up a pension plan.
Listen to me.
You want to live forever,
Statistics-
but you don't want to pay for it. How that
Yes.
works?
For the most part,
Statistics-
persons tend to say, I can't afford it.
Right
So
off the
that's
bat.
really the
Statistics
problem.
and
Yeah.
statistics-
But then it's much more costly.
Very costly.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
thing about it is statistics are very alarming.
Yes.
I mean, I think about 5% of the working force can retire comfortably
Yeah.
upon reaching age 65.
Yes.
Yeah.
And look around. With the advent of medicine, persons are living longer.
Right.
Yes.
So
Yes,
if you
yes.
don't have an effective pension
Right.
plan, people, I'm telling you, you're going to struggle when you reach 65.
Yes.
So that's a very, very important part of the
a
whole
bad
financial
time.
process.
So we
Struggling.
want you to have good physical health,
But
Right.
so you
also
can live,
live
long.
Right.
We want you to have good mental health, so you know stress out and keep the
Right.
body and everything right.
Right.
But
Financial
when you live to your good old age, you want you have good financial health too.
So can I put it in
Definitely so.
context?
Yes,
So when
sir.
Stacey's initiative
Yes.
impact an individual
Yes.
and they live to see age 70,
Right.
Yes.
they must have money.
To take
To
care
take
of
care of
themselves.
Of course.
That's very important.
All right, and this is where effective planning comes in, and it starts now from when you get your first paycheck.
True.
With
Right.
that, we're going to jump to our last break of the session until it's such a fast hour. But when we come back, we're going to go to the assets. We have to
talk
take
more.
care of them too.
Of course.
Yes.
On the other side of the break.
Where you off to?
I'm gonna study with the girls later, Mom.
Life moves fast. Be prepared with Sagicor Life. Learn more
Bye.
at sagicor.com.
Where you off to?
I'm gonna study with the girls later, Mom.
Life moves fast. Be prepared with Sagicor Life. Learn more
Bye.
at sagicor.com.
Welcome, welcome, welcome back. If you've been watching, you would have been excited by the conversation we're having with our panelists, right? And now we're getting to the point where a lot of people waiting on.
Yes.
Because, yes, we're talking about keeping the body right. We're talking about having the
Mind.
security in your finances. But then we want to buy a new car.
Yes.
We want to step up a game and go in a pretty house.
Yes.
We want all of these things. So as such, some of us don't remember, so we need to secure those too.
Yeah.
You have
All right? You're forced to, because we need to not have that worry and that physical
That's gonna
issue
cause stress.
when the worst should happen.
Yes.
We see the accidents every day. So,
every
Maureen,
day.
over to you. What is this thing called motor insurance, firstly?
You know what, Otis? As you have said, when New Year comes, everybody wants to think about, buying a new car.
Yes.
And getting a new house or some business or whatever. And the fact is, for most persons, this would be the largest investment, buying a house or buying a car.
Yes, definitely.
But for motor vehicle, as you know, it is mandatory. It is the law mandates that every person, once you drive on a public thoroughfare, you must have insurance.
Yes.
And of course, everybody would know by now, insurance provides that peace of mind.
That's right.
The minute you drive out, you're rest assured that, hey, my insurance company will protect me in the event of anything. And as you know, every day the accidents are so much.
You drive past them every
Right?
day.
Every day.
But I want
So,
to ask you though.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's insurance, then there's insurance, and then there's insurance.
There's
How do I know
insurance.
which one to buy? What are the different elements of
And
which I need
right,
to ask
and that is
about?
why you have the expertise that will provide you and guide you along.
Yeah.
So we will tell persons or everybody, we will encourage you that you must take out comprehensive insurance policy. The law mandates that at least you must have a third-party coverage.
What does that? What does a third
Third
party mean
party,
versus the
it does
comprehensive?
cover the other party, as the name suggests, third party.
Okay.
So in the event of you having an accident or, it covers the third party liability and again, and the property. So if you would have destroyed somebody's property, let's say you drive into somebody's wall,
Yes.
or you hit somebody, somebody gets injured in a motor vehicle, all that. It doesn't cover you. When you talk about third party, your vehicle itself is not covered.
So worst case scenario, everybody
Worst
else, all
case,
right?
Everybody,
but
all
you
right,
have to go
except
take
you.
most. Yeah.
So now when you have the comprehensive policy,
Yes.
as the name suggests,
Yes.
collision, turnover, fire, theft. So all of that is covered. So if it
Well,
is right, so if it is that you have any form of incident, you might be driving down the road by yourself,
Yes.
you might fall asleep and run off the road,
Yeah.
then you'll be covered. So if you have a turnover, the fires, if there's a fire or your vehicle is stolen, rest assured you're covered.
I can give you a
All right.
quick
I'm
story.
segueing
Right,
a little bit to a question that I see coming in
right,
from Delroy. Delroy is asking that he inherited his house.
right.
Does he need to insure the house?
He has to. That's financial
Why?
security. Just think about anything can happen. Anything can be burnt down. Now we're in earthquake season, I
Yeah.
think.
Well, we always
Earthquake
in
coming up.
earthquake.
Yes.
Yeah, but they're talking
We're
about the
living there.
earthquake,
That is where we
right?
live.
Yeah.
So the earthquake, the hurricane, fire, anything, all those acts of God,
Yes.
eventualities can take place.
But earthquake is a part of that.
Yes, man. Earthquake is covered
I
under
never
the
knew that.
HOC policy, yes. So if it is that one of those things should happen and let's say your house is damaged, a lot of cracks can be in it.
Yeah.
Or for the hurricane, you know what can happen,
Right.
can flood out, fire, anything. Without insurance, you would be in trouble.
Yes.
Serious
Okay.
trouble.
The-
And most times you don't have the funds in your pocket
Exactly.
to repair or
Repair same
replace.
time. I
So
don't
it's
want
very
to destroy your
important.
finances either.
No.
Sometimes you
Not
don't
at
even
all.
have that
Not at all.
finance,
No.
having paid all that money to purchase that
The
house,
house, right?
or in that case where you inherit it, maybe he would have a little fund. But if you would have purchased,
Yeah.
then the money might have been dwindled. You need that fund
Exactly.
to replace and repair. And insurance.
We all know when you
Yes.
just buy a house, you know, man,
Insur-
you shake out every pocket, you empty every savings
Yes.
fund, you look under every couch, you see the
Yes.
kind of where you have, because you will be broke for a while.
You've got to be broke for a while.
But
Right.
one of the great areas in my mind, how do you insure something like an apartment though? Because it's a part of a much larger structure. So
Yes.
you is that
We-
possible at all?
it is possible. Some we do. Under the strata plan, you find that
Oh,
most times the complex, the strata complex,
Yeah.
would insure
Oh,
the entire complex. But
Okay.
if it is that for most persons they would have taken a loan from the bank to do a little repair, maybe a little addition here and there,
Yeah.
then we would give you what we call a secondary coverage. So yes, we
Okay.
do offer coverage to you
How
for
about, and you say, we're moving up in life, you know, so we have one and two asset now,
Come on,
Maurice.
your partner.
So I have to check what is happening.
I
Of
know.
course, to
I-
secure myself.
I know.
You know, the grades them
That's
showing
right.
no, so I have
That's
to fix
right.
up my
That's
life.
right.
very important at this time.
How about the fact, say, I just buy one little deep freeze and may have the other fridge and, you know, like a couch where I'll do more clean
Yes,
it
man.
more secure.
That comes under,
Content, how
yes,
that
man, your
work?
content coverage.
Yeah.
And I want persons to know you don't have to own the house to insure your content.
That was my
You
next
don't
question.
have to.
know. Yes,
Right.
yes.
So we
It
have
can't be an
what you call,
Airbnb though.
so we have what you call your contents coverage.
Yeah.
Everything that you have in your house, just give us a listing of your items and we provide you with insurance. Yes.
All right, so I know I have an idea of the answer, but just give me
Yes.
some clarity.
Yes.
How do you determine the cost of your property insurance, whether it is a house or a car?
You know what?
What are the
Otis?
variables?
For the cars, we would have had you do a valuation report. So we normally ask you to go to one of those valuators.
Yes.
Similarly with the house, but we do understand the very high cost of valuing a house.
Me for tell.
So yes, it's very expensive. So we don't want to put our customers through that. If it is that you're getting the loan through a bank,
Yes.
they mandate that you have one.
Yes.
So once you would have had that, we ask you to bring that. However, we would have asked you, sometimes you have valuator friends, stuff like that, and persons have
idea.
good idea. You would have known what the cost of a house going in a particular area.
Yes.
So we would have trusted your judgment and asked you, but we explain to you
Yes.
how average cost works. If it is that you underinsure your property, meaning you don't have the correct valuation report,
boy.
so you give us a value that is less than the actual value, average clause gonna chip in. So we explain that.
Okay.
I don't know what that average
You know what
class
average
means.
class is. So okay, if the sum insured, that means what you come to us. You have your house and you said, Maureen, my house values like Otis in this. You know, Otis have some very expensive
taste,
right.
yes.
So if I said Otis, you come and you say, Maureen, my house is $80 million.
Yes.
Right? At the time of a loss, and the loss adjuster would have gone and do his assessment, he would have come back and said, Maureen, Otis house was in fact 120 million, not 80.
Yeah.
Right? You would have bear because you would have underinsured because you insured
Yes.
for 80.
Yes.
So that proportion, 80 to 120, you would have bearing that loss. So you would have been your insurer for that amount.
Oh, so
which you
basically
did not
insure yourself for the next 40 years.
Basically,
Right.
basically,
Well,
that's
you
what
pay
it
for
means.
you
That's what it
You are the
means.
insurance
She's nice.
company
So,
for the next 40.
So, right. So we would have worked out, and in the proportion of which you would have underinsured,
Yes.
you had to share in that loss. So we explained to you that have you signed the form. Average clause is very serious.
Yeah.
So you
yeah.
need to ensure that when you're insuring your property,
You use
you
a
know
real
the
value, a
correct,
logical value.
as you call it, the real value.
So, question, Maureen.
Yes, go ahead.
Does this apply also to like motor insurance when you request a
No, because
valuation?
the valuators normally give you an accurate value.
Okay.
So you have to get a valuation for a comprehensive policy. So when you bring that to us, we would have worked the premium from that. So average class doesn't apply to right.
motor.
All right,
It doesn't.
question. Someone
ahead.
online is asking, can they insure their parents' house? How
It
that
all depends. If the parents would have given you a contract, let's say you're in a contractual arrangement, the parent have gone abroad, they moved abroad,
Yeah.
and they have left you with the property to be in
Oh, so
charge.
you're the one who basically
So you
have
basically write
control of the home.
everything, and they would have left you with that contract. You can take it to the insurer,
But
and they will.
otherwise
It's
you
not
pay
your
for the
house.
insurance on
Right.
behalf of your parents.
Right, but it's not your house. If it's not yours, you can't come and say, and that's how we talk about insurable interest, right?
I love that. Another one. What if I come to Advantage General and say, I'm insuring my house? How much it costs? You tell me the cost, I pay my cost. And then I go down the road and find another insurance company and say, I'm insuring my house. Tell me the cost. What would happen if the worst should happen to my house?
So if the worst should happen, so that's how contribution comes in. That's one of the
I don't know.
principles of insurance.
Teach me, teach.
So right. So contribution is one of the principles of insurance. You have 6 principles. We're going to talk about contribution.
Yeah.
So if it is that you would have gone to AGIC and some other to insure your house,
Yes.
and in the event of a loss, the both insurance company are going to contribute to the loss.
To the last. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So you
So,
get full from
right.
each
So you
claim.
cannot.
one claim.
You cannot. And that is why the principle again, indemnity.
You can't trick the
Indemnity,
system.
no, you
You
can't.
cannot trick
Because
we are gonna know
indemnity only serves to put you back. You're not
where
to
you
gain.
were, yes.
Right. You're not to gain.
Oh.
Right. So because we can't
a good one to
afford,
know.
yes, we can't afford for you to gain in insurance.
Make sure you have some smart people
Right.
out there. So
No,
just ask
it won't work.
questions.
Yes, it won't work for them. So the companies will go into the contribution.
I have Lesmac asking a question that I'm sure will ruffle your feathers, but I want to know too.
Let him go.
I recently buy a piece of land.
Yes.
Nothing is on the piece of land but
Yes.
woodland.
Yes.
But I am told that I might have to pay peril insurance. You know about that?
For the land?
Yes. You ever hear about that?
No. For
Then
land.
Les is trick them chicken.
No,
No.
Leslie, not for
Not
land.
but what if the land have on couple banana shoot and one apple tree we are about for
and that's
beer?
going into the agricultural, and we're not doing that. We don't
Okay.
insure the agriculture. Right?
Okay,
no.
so Les, if them tell you that, is no, no,
working.
it's not.
Right.
You need to
No,
come to Advantage
not-
General. Anybody tell you that? Tell them say I'm going over to Advantage to talk to them because that's not how it
Tell
works
him
over
to
there.
call Maureen. It doesn't
Call
work
Maureen,
like that.
and Maureen will fix you up because it's not so it works.
Yes,
right.
it doesn't work
No,
like that.
I know we have a little bit of time left, so short, but I want to pull it back. How does insuring your property fit in the entire overall financial planning and what we call your overall wellness and well-being? To you, wellness boss.
Well, okay, we look at wellness from a holistic perspective.
Yeah.
So not just financial or physical or mental, it's everything
Yes.
wellness. And so insurance is that piece of financial wellness that it complements all the other facets because you have the very important thing that Maureen is really providing, which is peace of mind.
Yes.
So because you don't have to be worrying about what should happen, what may happen
In
down
the
the
event
road,
of a loss, yes.
then you don't have to be stressing about it. And
clear mind.
we can talk.
Clear mind,
We could have
OT.
another show about the impact
right.
of stress on illness.
wow.
And so you want to reduce stress as much as possible.
Yeah.
And so if you can have your insurance in place to cover those chances of you, whether it's your house or your car or your construction site being impacted or whatever,
Any other asset.
you know that you can reduce your stress. That's one area you have control over. Remember we said we want to try and control and plan as much as possible.
Yes.
And so having that in place helps you to basically reduce the stress, help you to stay more well, and of course, the cycle is that
Go
you being more well, you can work more, you can work more creatively,
Yes,
you
more
can be
creatively
more
because
strategically.
Thinking we say right now, no,
Yes.
we're not talking about working
No,
hard.
we're not thinking. We're thinking
working
about smart.
smart.
Right.
That's
And you
what we're talking
contribute
about.
more
Exactly.
to society.
And of course, you feel better. Don't
better.
discount feeling better. You know, 'cause you
Yes.
wanna feel
Definitely.
good. And you want to look good too.
So essentially, just to bring us full circle, insurance shifts the risk.
The risk
from
that is
you,
you
the
insured.
individual,
Yes.
Right.
who may not be able to afford to manage that
Right.
risk. Because if my house burned down tomorrow, then I will sleep in the backyard in a tent.
Yep.
So it shifts the risk from me, Otis, who cannot afford to build back that house
Right.
tomorrow,
Right.
to an entity right now, Sagicor and Advantage General, who can afford that
But there's
risk.
also another
Your
angle
last
to it.
words.
Yeah, man. There's also another angle to it, though. This is where life insurance comes in, also, because remember, life insurance is about risk management. Right?
Yes.
And when you're entering into these arrangement, the investment arrangement, oftentimes is a dual custody type of arrangement.
Yes.
So
yes.
should one individual is not in the picture, what happened, that significant loss that is associated with that person, life insurance steps in now to fill the gap and cover the expenses that is associated with that individual. So we're talking about the holistic approach.
Of course.
It comes full circle.
Yeah.
Maurice, the motivator, I know some people don't think about, especially younger persons.
Right.
They realize that the parents put everything into them, dedicate them life to them to ensure that they get somewhere.
Yes.
And then when they ask them, "Do you have insurance yet?" "No, I don't need it. I don't have no pitney, I don't have no whatever."
Exactly.
A lot of our parents are still looking at us as their pension.
Yeah, it's knowledge.
Can I
They're
just say this?
expecting us to take
knowledge.
care of them.
Yes.
So if you're not
true.
around,
Yeah, from my experience, Otis, just to say that where we sit, a lot of times insurance plans is the only saving instrument
only
that person
that
have.
safety net.
That is our that is our experience. The only safety net that some person have. And we have to ensure that once we're advising our clients, we must plug the fact that insurance is one of the best investment tool or investment
Anybody
strategy
can ever-
that
yes.
everyone should have
Have,
in their
yes.
portfolio.
Before Maureen leave,
Yes.
we mentioned auto and house.
house.
Just give me off the top of your head some other types of insurance that we do at Advantage
Well,
General.
put it this way, Otis. Anything that you have an asset, that
Yeah.
there's an exposure, we insure.
Jesus.
have
So you
pet
think about
insurance.
anything.
Or pets.
You think about you
Pets.
have, you have we don't
You
have
got
your
jokes.
age. Otis, so you have your all
got
your
jokes.
content, everything, your business, your nice watch, your everything, your nice items in your house. We insure your all the properties, everything you can think about. Once there's an exposure, Otis, once you can identify
There's an
exposure,
exposure.
We are there.
Sure.
From you're exposed to
We
risk,
sure,
we got
yes.
you.
Yes, we got you.
I have a question though for Maurice before we go.
Right.
Critical illness insurance. Somebody saying, I'm paying critical illness insurance. What if I get to retirement and beyond and I never ever get that
That's
critical
a
illness
very
and I get
good,
my money?
Yes, sir, depending on the plan that you have. At Sagicor, we are not just there to take your money. We're there to provide a benefit in event of a situation.
But
And-
the situation don't
But
happen.
if it don't happen, a lot of plans are structured for you to get a refund of your premiums.
Oh,
Great.
All right? So
Awesome.
we're there for you. We got you. At Sagicor, we got you covered. Trust me.
awesome.
The last
Awesome.
point I will throw to the queen of wellness, Sagicor Group, and the hub, Stacey. Your closing thoughts on just this overall wellness and what Sagicor is going to be doing for all of us.
Thank you, Otis. So I see great things happening. This conversation is just an indicator of what's to come
Need a
because
part two.
we're thinking more about it. And as I said, we have refocused where we're trying to approach what we do from a more preventative stance rather than reactive. So we want you to prepare, we want you to plan, we want you to have the insurance coverage in place because things happen. And based on the statistics, with over 70% of deaths being attributable to lifestyle illnesses, we know it. Given the current situation, it will happen, and we do have a little way to go before we get to that point where we're comfortably in control of ourselves and this wellness thing. So we are prepared to work with our clients. We're prepared to work with Jamaica. We're committed to providing the information. We're committed to providing the engagement. We'll be here reminding you We're encouraging you, we'll be your partner, but get yourself an accountability partner.
Yes.
Form your wellness groups, do your little, and remember, it doesn't have to be expensive. Do little things that you can do now, little incremental stuff until you can get to that next step.
From
So take
all
it
level.
a bit at a
Mentally,
time.
Physically, diet,
Yes.
finance,
Everything.
small
Yes.
things
Plant.
to fix your
Yes.
life.
Yes.
Plan small increments and take them, chip away a day at a time. And remember, if you fall down, get back up the next day.
And move on.
Give yourself grace.
I'm
Don't
telling
stay
all of
down
my
there.
friends who
And
have
start
seen
again.
me at the gym for the last 2 days. I'm getting back up tomorrow.
Yes.
You're motivated
Flew
to
the
go.
army out of wheel. Yes, the little sinus, but I'm ready.
Ready.
Remember, there's a giveaway. What is the name of the app that will be relaunched by Sagicor Wellness team? Tell us the name. I get a big, nice basket. We always have niceness. We have to close now.
Right.
Sorry, we have to
It
close.
went
But we have
fast.
to remind you, you still have time to register for Sagicor Sigma Run Walk.
Yes.
You got to
February
be there
18th.
February 18th. I will be out and stunting. Remember, Maurice will be doing his 3-day water.
That's my motivation.
Understand, say, when you see Maurice, different Maurice, you have a different look.
Yeah.
You know, he might have gone back to Mr. Jamaica fitness body
Fitness
days.
body days, right?
Next level. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Share, tell your friends about it. Check in. We are here to make your lives better in every way. This has been another amazing Sagicor live series. See you next month, same place, same time.
I'm Andre Blake.
I am Rochelle Clayton
I'm a proud patron.
of the 2024 Sigma on a Run.
This run will be special as we honor the late Sagicor Group founder, Dr. the Honorable R. Danny Williams.
Come out and join us as we make a difference for our beneficiaries. The Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital, National Chest Hospital, and Danny Williams School for the Deaf. Sign up now at SagicorSigmaRun.com.